Hola amigos, what is up? This is Tails5Raga, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man X. In the last episode, we beat Chill Penguin and Spark Mandrill, the first two Maverick bosses, and in today's episode, we're going for our third. Yay, Armored Armadillo. I actually kind of like Armored Armadillo. I like his stage a lot, but that's kind of because the music on it's pretty sweet. Also, I get launched into bats. Those minecarts actually comprise the big gimmick of these stages. Or this stage, I guess. Not these stages. It's not like a multi-sectional thing like some of the stages in Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X4 are. Actually, did Mega Man X5 and X6 have any stages that had a loading screen in between them? I can't remember! Haha! Oh man. Mega Man, you are just kind of a weird game series. And I love you for it, never change. Jump over you. And that explosion you heard was a tank that we had previously run away from, exploding upon contact with spikes. And also, that sound and that expression was me being bad at dodging spiky wheels. That is their name, Spiky Wheels. What, do you mean to tell me that might not be their name? Well, I don't see where you'd think that. Anyway, now we must fire upon this thing as much as I possibly can. You're gonna hear a lot of button tapping here, but if I am successful here... Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go, haha. If you destroy that thing, you can get this heart tank up here, which is great. It's actually a lot easier to destroy that thing if you have two of the weapons that you get from Maverick bosses in this game. But I do not have those weapons, so I had to basically rely on tapping Y as many times as I could. Armored Armadillo stage. It's fast-paced, fun, and involves a lot of button tapping. And it also involves a boss fight. So let's switch on over to this thing. And have ourselves a challenge. Good old Armored Armadillo. He's actually immune to a lot of your attacks, unless you can get him when he's attacking with his head beams. And only sometimes. Basically, he'll randomly block your attacks. But if you can get him with the electric spark once, all of his armor knocks off. Which is, you know, pretty alright. Makes him easy, at least. If you don't knock his armor off, he's invincible during his rolling attacks. Which makes sense given he's an armadillo. Armadillos are immune to bullets, after all. That was a fast one. Haha! And, of course, for getting all that, we get the rolling shield. Well, it rolls, and it's kinda shield-like, but it's mainly good for ground-based enemies. Now after that, Launch Octopus is technically the next one on the weakness chart, but I actually want to go here next. For various dubious reasons, so we're going to take him on without his weakness. Now, one of the cool things about this game is, well, this stage. It kinda looks like it's iced over, hasn't it? And there's something on the bottom there, but it's frozen. Huh, wonder what happened here. Actually, this is one of the really cool parts of this game. If you do the stages in certain sequences, they actually change. So because we beat Chill Penguin, this stage is actually frozen over. Which is pretty good if you want to come back here after you beat Flame Mammoth if you choose to take him on first, which, you know, I guess I can't entirely fault you on that, because Flame Mammoth is kind of one of the easier bosses, but his stage is pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. It's not actually that difficult, but let's actually go under these guys for our next heart tank. The real reason you want to freeze over Chill Penguin stage is, of course, for that heart tank, because there's too much lava, too much molten metal. How does an isolated incident in the Arctic freeze over a facility like this? Yeah, no, probably magic. Some kind of robot magic. Let's get that, actually. Speaking of robot magic, Jurassic Bark, the single saddest episode of Futurama, was on today, and the reason I said robot magic is because the opening scene of that did have Bender attempting to perform magic. To be fair, there was nothing up his sleeve. Anyway, if you go over here, there's actually a sub-tank to get. Now, sub-tanks are something to... I need to break this block first. There we go. Sub-tanks are something that were added into this game, and the sub-tank basically gives you an excess area to store energy. So you know the health pellets you get from enemies? Well, if you pick one up at full health when you have a sub-tank, it'll actually transfer to the sub-tank and you can use it later. It's kind of like filling a water bottle up after you go, or before you go for a jog. Not that I've ever done that. I'm a nerd, what do you want, alright? I am a geeky kind of person. Not exactly proud of it, but it's the truth. Anyway, thankfully we froze Chill Penguin's stage over, so we also don't have to worry about fireballs. There are actually fireballs if you don't freeze the stage over first, and I believe those fireballs are an instant kill if you are playing the Game Boy Color version. And yeah, there's a Game Boy Color Mega Man X game. I actually LP'd it. There's actually two of them. I LP'd the second one because it had, it's the only one I actually own a physical copy of for starters, but maybe we need to do a suicide refill or... got some energy. Fuck, how do you use sub-tanks? It's Y. Why do you use sub-tanks? But I still don't have much energy, so... we've got to fight this boss strategically. Here we go. Closing in. Flame Mammoth. Power! Flame Mammoth here is not a particularly fast boss, but he can be a little bit hard if you're not careful. That's because anytime he stomps the floor, it will cause you to knock off of the walls, and will also cause you to fall as well. So you want to be careful. Now, yeah, like that. Now, Flame Mammoth actually isn't using any flames. Oh, there we go, there's the flames. If any of his flames actually hit the oils puddles he creates, it can cause some problems, as he actually does a heavily damaging fire attack with that. Also, he jumps pretty far for such a big guy. He's got all them leg muscles. Yeah, you want to avoid that fire. Yo, Flame Mammoth, come over here. Let's have some fun. This is... whose line is it anyway? With special host Aisha Tyler and Flame Mammoth. That's actually a lie. Aisha Tyler actually isn't anywhere in Mega Man X. If she was, however, then that would be something. I'm just not sure what yet. And anyway, we get the Fire Wave. The Fire Wave is pretty good, but it's got a close range on it, meaning you really have to be careful. On the other hand, it deals huge amounts of damage. And... okay, so we have the Fire Wave, and we have the Rolling Shield. Technically the Fire Wave beats Chill Penguin, so... I guess we're gonna be doing Launch Octopus, but I am not looking forward to Launch Octopus's stage. It's out of the original 8, it's probably the hardest. Also, that cloud above just kind of looks like a T-Rex. I don't know, X, what do you think the cloud looks like? Apparently he doesn't think it looks like a T-Rex. Bam! Did you see that? Oh man, the Fire Wave is good. Okay, well it's not that great because of its range, but on the other hand, if you do actually hit something with it, pretty amazing. That damage output is just Simply divine, man. And, unfortunately, I don't think you can use it underwater. No, you cannot. Which sucks. So we're gonna use the electric spark on this fellow instead, and then finishing him off with the rolling wheels. The rolling shield, not the rolling wheels. Wheels in your face keep on turning. There we go. These mini-bosses are actually pretty threatening. There's one coming up in a bit that's actually pretty hard to take down if you're not careful, and even if you are careful, it still might get the drop on. Well, not necessarily the drop on you, because it's a giant fish, but... No, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Wow. Oh wow, the shotgun ice actually took that guy out and took that head guy out in 2 hits. Okay, so the shotgun ice actually has some pretty good damage output. I mean, I guess it's a shotgun, so I can't be too surprised, because shotguns in oh wow. Come on, just, there we go, alright. I was not intending for that to happen, but whatever, it got us through without dying, so I feel fine enough, I guess. Considering everything's yada 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 Canadian band. Etc, etc. Now I've got to get the upgrades from this stage as well, but thankfully I know where they are. And thankfully one of them is actually kinda coming up. Up on this thing? Well, if we get close to it with the fire wave. There we go. Destroy this boat guy. And it just so happens to crash into that. And give us a way down here. For this mini-boss. Hello there, Mr. Mini-Boss. How are you? Actually, this guy appears in Mega Man ZX Advent, if I believe. If I remember correctly, there's a cameo appearance. Whoosh. Alright, I've got to note these background pillars because they basically denote where the kind of safe spots are. If you're near one of these background pillars and you fall, well, you're not going to fall into the spike pit. Alright. Oh, I can't get him with the... I keep forgetting, because the fire wave... Like, you can use some fire weapons in the Mega Man games underwater, which is really weird when you think about it, because fire underwater... What the fuck is in the water here? I just want to use weapons on this guy because... I'm not actually sure why I want to use weapons on this guy. But I do. And let's just shoot him for the rest of the way. This guy actually has a lot of health, but whoop. And now his segments are going to fall. And give us some power-ups? Only the one? Okay, fine. We got a heart tank here. I believe that's actually a capsule in the PSP version of the game. But it was a heart tank there, so... Well, we've got a lot of hearts now. What sucks is that it's not like Zelda rules, where if you get a heart, it completely refills your health. Which is kind of unfortunate. Oh well. Remember that mid-boss we just fought, by the way? What's that sound? Oh, it's this guy again. Hi, didn't I just destroy you? Didn't I just do like a Guilty Gear destroy move on you? I think I did, but apparently this guy doesn't remember. Yeah, I hope this guy actually drops some ammo because I need some rolling shield ammo to take down Launch Octopus. Launch Octopus isn't nearly as hard as the stage is for me, but he can still be a tricky fellow if you're not careful. Mr. Dragon, how many licks does it take to get to the center of killing you? Let's find out. How many shots did that take? Well, there's some health and a 1-up. This game is very generous on the 1-ups, but it's just like, the one time I actually need weapon energy, it's not there. It's never there. It's like that song by Cake, you're never there, weapon energy. Oh, actually, we've got plenty. What the hell am I talking about? What am I talking about? Hang on, I gotta adjust my headset here. There we go. Hello there, Launch Octopus. Launch Octopuldo. Actually, there's kind of a weird translation thing in one of the Mega Man X games where Squid Adler actually talks about how X killed Octopardo, and it's not specified who Octopardo is, but it's actually this guy, because I think his Japanese name is like Launch Octopuldo or something dumb like that. I don't know. Japanese Mega Man X names are always just kind of weird. Why can't we have sensible ones like Duff McWhalen, huh? How can you hate Duff McWhalen? That is the best name for anything. Oh, man. I kind of want to play X5 now, I'm not gonna lie. Just for Duff... Oh, but Duff McWhellen's stage sucks. What doesn't suck is the homing torpedo, or the horming torpedo in this game. It's actually pretty good. It's Seeker missiles, but unlike Mega Man 8's homing sniper, they're actually decent. Alright, now that we've cleared out 5 of the Maverick bosses here. Should I go for 6? Should I go 6 for 6? I will. I will. Degeneration, I will. Nobody's gonna get that reference, never mind. In fact, I didn't even know if that's how the song went, but holy mother of God, Launch Octopus' stage was long. I believe the timer on the video basically doubled because of Launch Octopus' level. Maybe we should try out... Yeah, homing torpedo. Homing torpedo actually has pretty good pathfinding for a homing weapon, which... kinda weird for a Mega Man X game. Not gonna lie. Or Mega Man game in general, actually. Because you remember from Mega Man 4, the dive missile was kinda sorta silly. Also, we've got these lasers. Oh shit. I'm not good at dodging these lasers, too. But I hate these, fly guys. That's just what I'm gonna call them, fly guys. There we go. We only got triggered by one laser, so that's certainly something. And I've realized I could just go to the pause menu to, switch weapons, but... where is the fun in that? Where is the fun in the fire wave? Answer killing turtles quickly. I love the fire wave. I also love not dying on this part, so hopefully that's gonna happen. Oh shit. Oop. I hate these fly guys, man. If you're not careful, they will mess you up. Actually, I believe there's a power-up somewhere on this elevator. No, it's not, actually. I guess it was in a different version where it was? Actually, was that stage in one of the Mega Man Extreme games? Because if so, then I think there's actually an area where you can use the X2-styled air dash to go up and find a power-up. I may be wrong, of course. I probably am. I usually am on my Mega Mans. I'm a Mega fan, but sometimes the Mega Mans just kinda... You know what I'm talking about? Probably don't. I believe it was actually at this point in the video, in one of the last, the previous version of Mega Man X I did, where I actually just edited in a picture of Miyuki Takara from Lucky Star, because I don't know why, I was probably dumb, like, I still am, to be fair, but... Hey, you know what? If there was ever an anime character to obsess over, it would probably be her. Also, this turret is going way too fast on that platform. He's having a fun old time with it. But thankfully we have the homing torpedo and can ruin his fun time. I think the homing torpedo actually does as much as a single charge shot. So we can take these guys down relatively quickly. Should I call it the homing torpedo, or should I call it the horming torpedo? Oop. I mean, horming torpedo is kind of funnier, but... Also, I just noticed these turrets haven't been dropping anything. No, well, whatever. That stage is relatively fast, so... And again, with the headset adjustment, my headphones just keep on falling out. I've got these in-ear ones, and I probably shouldn't. But I don't have a proper headset set up, so... Whatever. Hello, Disco Kuwanger. This is Boomer Kuwanger, of course, and he's actually named after the, like, Japanese term for stag beetle. But Kuwanger is just kind of a weird term. Anyway, I actually like Boomerang Kuwanger. He's got like a Fu Manchu mustache, and he teleports about. It's just all kinds of silly. Magna Centipede is also pretty cool, too. There we go. Alright. And the homing torpedo takes any challenge there would be out of Mr. Kuwanger there. Mr. Kuwanger, I presume. But now he is just Mr. Corpse. Mr. Robot Corpse. And with that, we have the Boomerang Cutter. The Boomerang Cutter is actually really good. It's like the Rolling Cutter from the original Mega Man, but with a bonus that we'll be covering later. But in the meantime, I think that's about all we really need to do here. We actually took out a lot more Robot Masters than or Mavericks than I was thinking. So in the next episode, we'll be finishing up by beating the remaining 2 Mavericks and uncovering all the power-ups, aside from one. So I'll see you guys later. This is Tails Ranga signing out. Thank you guys for watching.